Whether you are logging back into your Enji account for the first time because you had a trial that ended and you asked for more time, or life was just lifing and business was just businessing, chances are you are logging back in and you're looking at a task list that feels a little long. So in this video, I want to show you all of my tips for cleaning things up without totally starting over from scratch, because we do want to save all that energy that you've already put into creating your marketing strategy. But we want to get your account to the point where it's like, okay, let's move forward and get this done. So let's dive right into the things that you need to do in order to kind of dial down on your task list and feel like you're in a good spot to get restarted. Now, the first place that I want you to go is click into your strategy in the strategy tab that you see on the left-hand side of your screen. Now, when you land here, at the top of the document, you see your goals and objectives. Now, if you haven't done this before, when you click into an objective, it shows you the tasks that you should think about doing in order to make progress toward those goals and objectives. But this is one of the places that I want you to visit and start to clean things up. So your task, your action item here is to click into each of these objectives, the smaller circles, review the tasks that you see there, because this gives you an understanding of why Enji recommended these tasks end up on your calendar, and review them. Delete the ones that you're like, I'm not going to work with an influencer, right? So I'm just going to delete that. But I'm also not going to run advertisements. So I don't have any ad performance metrics to check in on, but I'm going to leave these two. Great. I'm going to move on into the next objective and see what it has. And clearly I've already deleted tasks out of that one. But I'm going to check in on this objective and do the same exercise. So that's the first pass that I want you to do when it comes to cleaning up your account and getting your task list down a bit. Now, the second place that I want you to head is the campaign tab. Now, when you created your marketing strategy, that moment that you hit create my strategy, there were a bunch of things that Enji created throughout your account, and marketing campaigns were one of them. Now, when you are just starting, none of the campaigns are stacked up in the beginning because we want you to have time to settle into your account. But if your trial expired and you haven't been in here for a while, or like I said, life was just lifing and you haven't logged into your Enji account, you might have found yourself in a spot where those marketing campaigns have active tasks going on. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the number of tasks that you see on your calendar or in your Today tab, simply click into the campaign tab here and right-click on the campaigns that you see under this active section and delete them, right? Just quick clean these up. Now, you don't have to worry about deleting anything, because over here on the right-hand side of your screen, you've got all of these templates, and those campaigns that you saw or see in your account, they're just templates. So delete them for now and then bring them back to life when you are ready to work on them. Okay, so that's the second thing that you're going to do to start cleaning up your account. And the last thing that I want you to do is to then click into your calendar. Now, we've still got a bunch of tasks here, and these are the ones that were generated by that strategy. But we've already done that first pass and deleted some of them. So now what you want to do is you want to spend some time going through the tasks again and possibly deleting things that you're like, I don't want to do that. So maybe you're thinking, I don't want to be on Pinterest. That just feels like too much. So I'm going to delete that one here. And when it comes to sharing user-generated content, I missed that in the objective, and that doesn't really make sense for me. So I'm going to delete this one too. So go through and do another pass here to delete more of the tasks. Then with what's left, you want to go in and you want to adjust sometimes the pacing. Like this is a good example for that. Maybe instead of pinning or scheduling pins to go live on Pinterest every week, you are going to do that every month. And you're going to do that on the second Tuesday of the month. So now I've just reorganized that task. So it's not going to show up on my calendar every single week. It's just going to show up at this repeating pattern that I set. Then there are probably other ones that are just one-offs and you're like, actually, you know what? I've already built a sales landing page, so that's done. And I've already signed up for an email marketing platform. So check things off. But then if there's something that is a one-off task that you're thinking, I should do that, but July 30th is a terrible day for me to try to get that done. I'm going to move that to August 5th. Great. So when you are here on your calendar, do another pass, delete more tasks if they don't feel right for you. Then also go in and adjust the repeating cadence that they're set at, and also reassign those due dates so they actually fit your calendar. Because as much as I wish I could see your calendar and drop the most perfect marketing plan into it, I can't. So this is one of those things that you've got to do. But once you've done that, then your Today tab should have mellowed out a lot. If you just extended your trial, you're probably still going to see a bunch of account setup related tasks there. So if you're thinking, what's the next thing that I need to do? I would go over to your Today tab and work through those tasks that are here. But overall, you can focus now on what's going to show up here so that you're just doing what needs to get done, and then occasionally popping into your calendar to make sure that you're doing things from here on forward. And quick tip, the thing that I would really encourage you to do in terms of setting up your marketing routine, because that's going to be such a huge win for you if you get this done, and it's super easy to do. There are a couple questions I want you to remember how you answered. The first was, how much time did you put in Enji's marketing strategy questionnaire to the question that asks you, how much time every week do you have to work on your marketing? Now, we put some things on your calendar and we didn't do some other things based on that number you put in, but we didn't get it perfect, is my guess. So think of, how much time do you have? Then I want you to think, what's the day of the week that I can build my marketing routine around? It's probably not Thursdays and Fridays, just because of life being super busy as you're approaching a weekend. But Mondays and Tuesdays might be the days where the world is leaving you kind of alone. So build your marketing routine around that day and for that amount of time, and use those repeating tasks. And that way you can really start to just get into a nice flow in terms of getting your marketing done. Now, if you ever have any questions or you want more help as you're cleaning things up because you're diving back in, just click on the Help Center that you see here in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, and either myself or Kayla or Brett will be here to help.